Welcome, dear students. Our previous study, the study of chemical reactions, the continuation of our previous lecture. Here we will discuss about Hammond postulate. What is Hammond postulate? Related spaces that are similar in energy are also similar in structure. The structure of a transition state resembles the structure of the closest stable spaces. Transition state structure for endothermic reactions resemble the product, and transition state structure for exothermic reactions resemble the reactants. Let us discuss in details. This is the graphical representation of Hammond postulate. For an endothermic reaction, you can see the transition state. Here is the transition state, which is more closely resemble to the product. They are close in energy. And in case of exothermic reaction, the transition state more closely resembles to the reactant. It's okay for you? Okay. Now, let us consider what is reaction rate and catalysis. In any chemical reaction, catalyst has the effect to enhance the reaction rate without being consumed. And the process of enhancement of reaction rate under the above situation is termed as catalysis. The catalytic effect can be rationalized by the involvement of an available alternative path of less energy demand, either through the less energy transition state or often through the formation of a more stable intermediate. So, catalyst increase the rate of a reaction by decreasing the activation energy, as you have seen from the energy diagram, or catalyst change the mechanism by which the process occurs. Here is an example. Decomposition of H2O2. Uncatalyzed path is high activation energy, and if we add catalyst like acid, then we can follow a lower energy path with an intermediate. Now we have to discuss about competitive modes of reaction, kinetic versus thermodynamic control. There are many chemical conversions in which a starting material may undergo competing reactions, leading to two or more alternative products. The following simple reaction coordinate diagram provides a basis for the key issues about kinetic and thermodynamic control. The potential outcome of a reaction is usually influenced by two factors: the relative stability of the products, that is thermodynamic factors, and the rate of product of formation, that is kinetic factors. Consider the case where the starting material can react in a similar manner to give two different products P1 and P2 via different competing pathways represented by green and blue curves. Reaction 1 via pathway 1, green, generates product P1 via transition state TS1. This will be faster reaction since it has a lower energy, that is more stable transition state. and therefore a lower activation barrier. Therefore, product 1, P1, is the kinetic product, the product that forms the fastest. Reaction 2 via pathway 2, that is blue one, generates the product 2, that is P2, via transition state TS2. P2 is the more stable product since P2 is at lower energy than P1. Therefore, P2 is the thermodynamic product, the more stable product. Now, we need to consider how the outcome of this situation changes with the competing reactions of the starting material as we alter the reaction temperature, and therefore the average energy of the molecules changes. At low temperature, the average energy of the molecule is low and more molecules have enough sufficient energy to cross activation energy EA1 and EA2. Therefore, the reaction preferentially proceeds along the green path to the P1. The reaction is not reversible since the molecules lack sufficient energy to reverse to starting material. Now it is irreversible. So the product ratio of the reaction is dictated by the rates of formation of P1 and P2. K1 is to K2. At some slightly higher temperature, reaction 1 will become reversible when sufficient molecules have enough energy to cross the reverse reaction barrier for reaction 1, while reaction 2 remains irreversible. So, although P1 formed initially, over time it will revert to starting material and react to give the more stable P2. At high temperature, both reaction 1 and 2 are reversible and the product ratio of the reaction is dictated by the equilibrium constant for P1 and P2. That is K is to K1 is to K2. So in summary, at low temperature, the reaction is under kinetic control, rate irreversible conditions, and the major product is that from the fastest reaction. And at high temperature, the reaction is under thermodynamic control, that is equilibrium, reversible conditions, and the major product is the more stable system. Now we have an example, that is sulfonation of naphthalene with concentrate H2SO4. At lower temperature of 80 degrees centigrade results in the product of almost complete of 1 sulfonic acid, leading to kinetic control. On the other hand, at a higher temperature of 160 degrees centigrade, the same reaction results in almost 80% of the product of 2 sulfonic acid. This one. Leading to the thermodynamic control. 2 sulfonated product is more stable than the 1 sulfonated product. At low temperature, the irreversible formation of the product reflects the relative rates of the two competing reactions. This is the situation of kinetic control or rate control. So the kinetically favored 1 sulfonated product predominates, and at higher temperature, that is 165 degrees centigrade or 160, 1 and 2 sulfonated products are in equilibrium and the thermodynamically favored 2 sulfonated products dominates. Here is the graphical representation. You can see this is of higher activation energy, formation of 2 sulfonated product, and this is the activation energy which is lower. So it is a kinetically formed product 1 sulfonic acid. Okay, thank you. We'll see our next slide.